defining 0 and negative exponents. So if we want to evaluate, let's say we have 5 to the 0 power. Well, anything to the 0 power, absolutely anything, is 1. So anything to the 0 power is 1. So if I have negative 5x all raised to the 0, doesn't matter. It's still 1. But here's where something different happens. This negative is different than this. Because this is inside the parentheses, the 0 applies to the negative as well. That's why it's a positive 1. But since this negative is not included in parentheses under the power 0, this only applies to the 5. So in terms of 5 to the 0, we get 1. But this negative out front tacks on out front still. And so you end up with a negative 1. What if I have 10 to the 0 minus 9 to the 0? Well, 10 to the 0, 1. Minus 9 to the 0, 1. So that's just 0. So now let's talk about negative exponents. So if I have something like 9 to the negative 4, actually a way I could rewrite this is if you flip it over a fraction sign on the other side of the fraction that it's currently on, it takes on the positive power of that same number. So for example, if I have 3y to the negative 6 power, I can flip it to the bottom and make it 3y to the positive 6 power. This can then actually be distributed to each piece and be 3 to the 6th, y to the 6th. Trying another example. Say I have negative 4k to the negative 3. Well, the negative 4 is not included in parentheses to this negative power, so this doesn't apply to this number like it did here because this is in parentheses. So the negative 4 stays on top of the fraction. To make this one positive, we're going to take it down to the bottom and make it k to the 3rd. Last example, say I want to evaluate what 4 to the negative 1 plus 6 to the negative 1 is. Well, that's the same thing as 1 over 4 to the 1st plus 1 over 6 to the 1st. So now I have fractions. So to add fractions, I need a common denominator. So I'm going to multiply this one by 6. Well, actually, we can go even closer. We can multiply by 3 to get to 12. And this one by 2. So I get 3 over 12 plus 2 over 12 equals 5 over 12. And that's how you would evaluate this. You would need them to be positive powers first by flipping them, and then we can add them together.